Hello guys, I'm Johnny back with another video, and today we are going to show you how to install enterprise version in your project. So this is grocery CRUD enterprise version. We are starting with an empty project, as you can see, with an empty folder. And there are two ways to install grocery CRUD enterprise in your project. The one is with the composer, that it's also recommended, and the other is without composer. At this video we are going to cover only the installation with composer. So let's start straight away. Have in mind that because the code is at the zip file that you will get at an email, this is not as easy as you are installing for example, Laravel. You are just doing composer install Laravel, and because it is at the cloud, you can install it straight away. Here we are adding one extra step. It's not something too huge, it's just one extra step that I will show you today. So let's say that you have the zip file. So I'm adding here the zip file that you should get. And the way that we are going to install the composer package is through artifacts. This is, if you search composer repository, it's artifacts, you will see what it is. But it's a really simple way to do it. So the very first thing, as you are doing in every project, we are creating a composer JSON. Of course, if you already have the composer JSON, you can add these lines there, but I will show it to you right after this installation, how to add the extra variables at your already existing composer. So this is just an empty file, and we are copying the line here. So there it is. And here the first thing that we need is a folder. So we will name our folder artifacts, and we will add our zip file there. Here it can be a relative path. So for us, we are just adding the folder. And have in mind, a very important thing is that you will need to not change the name of the file, because the artifacts are recognized by name, so you shouldn't change the name in order to make it work. So we are not changing the zip file. However, if you want to change the folder name, of course you can do it. And here a last thing is the version number. So as all the composer methods, we are adding an asterisk, for example, for the latest version, in order to, if you will get a new feature, to know it and not update it automatically. So let's go now to our console, and we are ready to go. So composer install. So now, as you can see, it is installing also all the dependencies and at last the grocery CRUD enterprise version. So basically here, it is installing every dependencies. Is just few really. Is the PHP Excel to export to an Excel. It's the send framework and for validation or upload. So as you can see, everything is at vendor, and there is one last step. Of course, everything is at the tutorial, right? And there is a very last step. You need to go to the vendor, get into the enterprise, and take the public folder and add it to your public folder that you have for your project. The public folder means that it is something that the public, so the web, can have access to. So now we are just copying the public really. So it is outside there. And let's go and see what we've done so far. So far, what we did is we installed Grocery CRUD Enterprise to our project. This is how easy it is to install it. It's like any other Composer installation. It's just that it has the public folder that, of course, it has all the CSS, font, images, and JS files that you have to use it. So there is, as you can see, an extra step. And now we are ready to go with Grocery CRUD. So let's start with that. So I can show it to you how to make it work. And so you can see it straight away here as well. So really quickly, you can see the examples at the website, and also you can get it at the vendor, Grocery CRUD Enterprise. There is a folder example, and then you can get a really basic example. You can also get all of these files at the documentation, at the installation guide. So now we are just copying the files really, and I will explain it to you what we are going to do step by step. So first thing, we will open the example .php. So it has really easy parts. The first thing is to include vendor autoload. This is a standard way to install the vendor from the Composer. Then we are using Grocery CRUD core. And then we have two very basic configurables that we need to add. The first is the database and the other one is the config. We'll have it a look straight away later. So CRUD, new Grocery CRUD, and the configuration files. CRUD set table, set subject, or any other function. Then we have the render. And if the output is JSON response, then our response is application JSON, and we are just exporting with exiting the output. If not, this is the main files. You are getting out the output. So this is CSS files, JS files, and the output. And we have a simple include there. It's very similar to the Grocery CRUD Community Edition. So as you can see, the view is nothing more than a for each statement for the CSS files, a for each statement for the JS files, and an echo at the output. So really quick and really fast. So let's go and see what we have at the database. So at the database we have basic configuration for our database. Currently I'm having my test database that we have some default username password. And then we have the configuration, that this is very similar with Grocery CRUD Community Edition. So we have some standard steps, default language, default per page, and many other things. The most important part that you have to do for the beginning, and we will do now, is to say which is the asset folder. So for us, the assets folder here, as we can see from the folder, is this one. Here demo enterprise is the demo that we are explaining, and as you can see, the public has a folder, Grocery CRUD, so this is our assets folder. Then another important thing is the environment. So while you are developing, you should use the environment as development. So currently you can use development or production. If you deploy it to production, make sure that you change the environment to production. With this way, you will add minified version of the JS files. Also, some other parts in PHP will be optimized. Then the backend cache. This is the most important part. This is an extra step that usually you are not adding, but for grocery CRUD is important because cache is an important part of to do fewer database connections and fewer database requests. So we have a standard cache from Zend framework. I have everything at comments to read more. And the default cache is the cache from the file system. Of course, it is more advanced to use the APC cache or to use memcache, but as this is also for newcomers, it was more easy to add file system. So the only thing that you need to add really is the cache folder. So let's name the cache folder is cache here. So let's create our cache folder. So let's save it. And let's create our cache folder and make sure that if you are doing the same at the server, that you have the correct permissions. So let's see if everything will work. So as you can see, the first loading is taking some time. It's only the first loading. So we are adding some cache there, and you can see everything. This table has a lot of fields really, so you can see that there are plenty there. So everything is working out of the box. We didn't do anything more special than that. So edit is working, add is working, many new features that we've added here, like the hide columns to fit. So hide columns to fit is a functionality. If the column doesn't fit, then you can see as many as you want. You have the columns to choose which columns you will show. Multiple delete, and pretty much everything is just working out of the box. And there you have it. You have your first installation of grocery CRUD really fast. And it is working for all the frameworks. So here we've tested with simple PHP, but of course you can add it in any project, and you can add it in Laravel framework, CodeIgniter framework, Symfony. We will try to add more examples to those frameworks. But this is it really. Thank you for watching the video. I hope it helps you a lot. I hope you did like it. Thumbs up if you did like it. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you did like the video and you want to see other videos like that. And speak to you to the next one. Bye.